Shvi'i Vayeitzei. The Brisker Rav once found himself in the train station in Warsaw. Somebody told him that the Chafetz Chaim was actually in Warsaw. Immediately, he hired a horse and buggy to take him to the Chafetz Chaim, and he came to the Chafetz Chaim. And when he walked into the Chafetz Chaim and a few other leaders were talking about how difficult life was for Jews in Poland. There was no rhyme and no reason. There was just anti-Semitism and oppression. And the Chafetz Chaim said a story. He said there was an elderly gentleman. He must have been in his 90s, a Jewish fellow, and he needed a passport for whatever the reason was. So he went to the passport place to get a passport. He never got a passport before. And they said, well, you need a birth certificate. He said, I don't have a birth certificate. They said, that's fine. You just need to get 2 people who could testify that they were there at your birth. He says, what do you mean? I'm 92 years old. If somebody saw my birth, they're well over 110. There's nobody that age. They said, well, too bad. You can't get a passport. Says the Chafetz Chaim, what took place over there? What transpired? Be logical. Be straightforward. The Chafetz Chaim quoted a pasuk in this aliyah. Yaakov gives a whole logical explanation of how upright and straightforward and honest, full of integrity he's been in all of his interactions with Lavan. Lavan should respond and say, you were honest, you weren't honest. Lavan says a blanket statement. Yaakov knows something. Habanais b'naisai. The girls, they're mine. Habanim b'nai. Your children, they're mine. Tzoin, tzoini. Your sheep, it's mine. There's no conversation here. It's a non-starter. You don't rate. We do what we want, and whatever you say is irrelevant. Says the Chafetz Chaim, that has been, unfortunately, the situation of the Jewish people time in and time again. We feel that if we could have something called pro-Semitism, that the world will understand our plight. Halacha Esav Saina Liyaakov. It's a closed book. We could say whatever we want. Nobody listens to us. First it was about Gaza. First it was about the war. That's over. But people are still protesting. What do you mean it's over? It's not logic. It's anti-Semitism. Says the Chafetz Chaim. What do we do? The Gemara says, Ma yasa adam, what should a person do to be saved from the difficult times prior to the days of Mashiach, which is now? Yasek b'Torah b'mitzvahs. We increase our Torah, we increase our mitzvahs. That protects us even from the most irrational anti-Semites.